Done. Hand is off after it. Wilkinson's in the middle. Wilkinson!
Obviously the opening game was one of my favourite memories. Being there when Hannah Wilkinson scored that opening goal and we picked up our first win in a World Cup was an incredible moment.
New Zealand have won a World Cup.
As a little girl, you always dream to maybe play in a World Cup and probably never think you ever get the opportunity to be able to host or have a home World Cup.
The whole community, there was so much World Cup hype, and we saw our numbers kind of increase during that time because I think so many people were kind of going, wow, the World Cup is amazing, look what's happening in women's football.
The games were phenomenal. It was so cool to just see it like on home turf, like being in Wellington. Never had anything sort of like that before.
We've seen in the media unprecedented coverage, through the whole Women's World Cup, through that month. Everywhere you turned, there was profiles, there was fan marches, there were obviously the games. It was pretty incredible, the profile that the sport and women in sport received.
Since we co-hosted the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2023, we've seen a 27% increase in female participation in football.
The Women's World Cup created opportunities for us to come together, more than just a women's space. It was a really family-friendly World Cup.
The aftermath of hosting the Women's World Cup really did make a difference in terms of the visibility given to the women's game, the excitement of seeing it being played at that international level here.
The 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup drew unprecedented crowds and support for the women's game, leading to a record number of women and girls taking up the sport. But this level of excitement about women's football has not always been the case. The World Cup has served as an opportunity to highlight and tackle some of the barriers which have existed.
It looked really likely that the team was going to have to fold, and Seaturn had been in the top women's league in Wellington for over 15 years. It wasn't okay for a club to just stop having a women's side. And we started to uncover all of the different barriers to having a women's team and a women's side of the club. All of the different things that you needed to do differently to make sure women felt included at your club.
Football for girls when I was growing up wasn't really a thing. If you wanted to do a sport, it was netball in England. So I'd never even considered football as an option for myself. And I was sort of quite embarrassed to tell my kids that I might be playing football because I thought my boys would be like, oh, Mum, please, no.
There is sometimes a lot of pressure to do things well, particularly in public, particularly as a woman.
So whether you're 5 years old or 15 years old or an adult, there should be an opportunity for you to play football or any sport for that matter, regardless of gender.
Just one thing to recognise, and me and Tori were just speaking about, is note the difference.
There's still equalities across our game, I think. If I look directly at our leagues and our competitions, we want to have parity with the men's. We'd love our, A-League season to move to a 12-month contract and a full season so we can support players. We're slowly getting there. I think we're heading in the right direction. We established Milo Fantails and it was basically all around, how can we, one, get more girls into playing football, but create a really friendly environment that there's no competitive kind of edge to it. You can come in and skill develop and learn, have fun, make friends, and hopefully fall in love with the games.
Why did you start playing football?
My friend told me it was a really fun sport. Well, you can always make friends and you always learn new skills every single day.
What do you like about Fantails?
I like how it's just really chilled and you can make lots of new friends at Fantails.
Did you go watch any of the games at the World Cup?
Yeah, I actually walked out with some of the games.
What was that experience like?
Very exciting and very nerve-wracking.
Do you have a favourite football player?
Sam Kerr or Hannah Wilkinson. I like doing this thing called a Ronaldo chop. It's a really fun move and it can trick a lot of other players.
In 2023 we went from 7 teams to 14, so I guess it's just that more visibility and the girls only sort of space because they've seen girls only teams throughout the World Cup.
Through lots of little steps and removing lots of little barriers, we have got 3 women's teams here at the club. There's over 60 women that come and they show up each Sunday or Saturday. I think I can safely say that all of the women here are friends, and that culture is like the most important thing here. And it might be a silly thing like football, but it fills my life up with good people and good conversations.
I think football has had a really awesome impact on my life in terms of that it gets me out the house every Sunday, particularly in winter, and that that camaraderie that you have with your team, particularly when it's social. And I think we have a real attitude of we're here to have fun, we're here to get better, winning is a bonus, but also so much support from the team, you know, from all the people who are part of it.
I think my friend posted for me and just said, Scarlett's moving house. She needs some muscle, basically. And 8 o'clock the next morning, I had 6 SUVs outside my house, a conveyor belt of people just, right, give me a room, give me some boxes, I'll pack that up. By 11 o'clock, the house was completely empty. And I got to the new place, my kitchen was unpacked, there was baking waiting, and all of my kids' beds had been made and their rooms had been set up. And all you have to do is put something in the chat, and the next minute you've got dinner, you've just got a sense of I'm not on my own, there's a whole lot of people.
What I'd like to see is that in the future we have football ferns who say they got involved in football as a 5-year-old fantail as a result of the Women's World Cup.
I love it. I think I'm just passionate about football. I love giving back. I think I want to give as many opportunities for people to get involved in the sport that has given me so much.